Sell subject now. He's said a vendor will be back there in 10 minutes, so we'll sell subject. A dude housing out here, dude housing, sell away. A dude housing, all up, sell. 2,000. Right. Tell him that. That's not to do with my system. All right. Second one is again calf heifer. Perfect in the dog here again. There's a good strong heifer. Good calf heifer here, good big powerful calf heifer. 25, 24. Two again for no less. 2,000 for good calf heifer. 2 for 19 bid 1900, 1900. Serious calf heifer. 1950. Big powerful calf heifer. 1950. 1950. Serious heifer now. 1950. We're there for sale on the market 1950. Heifer gone out to 1950. Sell subject now 1950. Hammer up, all out. Sell. 19 and 50. Alright, number 3 is a calf heifer again. Calf heifer here again. Lovely sweet heifer here. Lovely. They're all everything is 30-day tested too, by the way. Everything is 30-day tested. Good calf heifer. 2 again. 19, 18 for 17, 16 for 16, 15 for 15, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 16 and 50, 1650, 1650, 17 and 50, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, calf heifer at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, calf heifer gone out 18, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800 for the calf heifer gone out. Lovely sweet heifer at 1800. She's there for sale subject at 1800. Sell away at 1800. All up. Sell. 1800. Number 4 is a good calf heifer here again. There's a cracker. 23, 22, 2,000 for 2 for 18 bid at 1800, 1850, 1850, 19, 50, 1950, belter of a heifer, 1950, heifer gone out at 1950, we're there for sale at 1950, selling online now, 1952 bit, a 2,000 back in the ring, a 2,000, and we still sell, a 2,000, sell now, that's in the rings, make no mistake, we sell, and the subject sale again, a 2 bid, all out, sell, 2,000. Right, there's a fresh calf heifer here, freshly calved heifer. Give me 19, 18, 17, 16, 1500 for, in 15, fresh calf heifer, in 15 for, 14 bid at 14 on the 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 1450, 15, 1550, 16, 1600, 1600, 1600, freshly calved heifer at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, heifer gone out at 1600, 1600, 1600, freshly calved now at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. We're going to sell on the market down at 1600, 1600. Fresh calf heifer away at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. All out, sell, 1600. Who is a good calf heifer here? Great calf heifer here. There's a crack over calf heifer. 1918 for 18 bid at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 90 and 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. Belter of a calf heifer 1950, 1950, 1952 bid. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Calf heifer gone away. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. We're going to sell on the market subject. 2000, 2000, 2050, and 50, and 50, and 50, and 50, and 1. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. Sell out now, 21, 21, 21, 21. Calf heifer got away, 21, and we're selling all the while. 21, 21, 21. All up. Sell, 2100. Big calf heifer here again, not long calved here, not long calved. Give me two again. 1918 for 17 for 16 bid at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 17 bid, 17 and 50, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1800, 1800 and 50, 1850, 1850, 90, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, calf heifer, not long calved at 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. We're there for sale at 1900. On the bed. Subject sale all the while now. 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900 for the calf heifer gone away. And 1900, 1900, 1900, all out. Sell, 100. Line. There's a calf heifer there again. Nice sweet calf heifer too. 1918, 18 for 17, 16. Here 1500, 1500 bid at 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Lovely calf heifer. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. At 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. Calf heifer going by at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. 1600, 1600, lovely calf heifer gone out to 1600, 1600, 1600. We're going to sell that on the market subject again at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. We sell out at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. All out, sell, 1600 online. This is 1100. Yups. Nice calf heifer here again. 2, 9, 18, 18 for 17, 16 again for 16 for 15 bid at 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 16 bid at 1600, 1600 and 50s online as well, and 17s online, 1700, 1700, 1700 and 50, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Calf heifer gone out at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. 1750, 1750, 1750. We're there for sale on the market. 1750, 18, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800 back in the ring, and I saw at 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Down the line, sell at 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Hammer up, all out, sell, 50 line. 12 is a cracker. Calf number 2. 1918 for 1700 for 1817 for 17 bid 1700 1700 1700 1700 1700 1700. Big calf effort 1700 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750. Big strong powerful ever 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 1750 18 1850 1850 1850 19 1900 1900 1900 1900. Big African out at 1900 1900 1900 1900 1900 1900. We're there for sale at 1900 1900 1900 1900 1900. Sell away 1900 1900 1900 1900. All out. Sell 100. 13 is a calf effort here again. Nice calf over here again. Give me 18 again. 17, 16, 1500 for 15 for 15 bid at 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 16 and 50, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Calf heifer guaranteed perfect in the dug at 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 17, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. We're going to sell on the market at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Heifer gone out at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Sell online then at 1750, 1750, 1750. All up, sell, 1750. There's a cracker. 1750 bid, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, smashing calf effort, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000 bid, 2000, 2000, 2000. In the ring and we saw a 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000 sell out, 2000, 2000, 2000 down here saw at 50, 2050, 2050, 2050, 100, 21, 21, 21, calf never gone out at 21, 21, we're on the market selling on the what, 21, 21, 21, hammer up, saw 2100. Right, we have a calf heifer again, number 15. That's not. All right. We have a good calf heifer here again. There's a great big powerful calf heifer. 21 again. 2000 for 1918 for 17 bedded 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 50, 2000 in the ground at 2050, 250, 250, big powerful heifer. 250, 250's upstairs at 2050, 2050, 21, 21 and 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, upstairs. There's a 2150, 2150, 22, 22, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250. We sell on the market upstairs at 2250, 2250, 23, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350. Upstairs at 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350. All up, sell upstairs then at 23 and 50. 16 is a calf heifer here again. Calf heifer here again. 19, 18, 17, and 17, 16, 15 again, and 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 16 and 50, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Lovely calf heifer. 1650, 17 and 50, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 80, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Calf heifer gone out at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. We're going to sell on the market subject at 1850, 1850, 19, 19, 19, and 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. On the ground sell at 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000, 2050, 2050's in front of 2050, 2050, 2050 sell out now, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, sell away all the while, 2050, all up, sell, 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 2050. Right, into the second calfers then. Second calfers here, second calf. They're all calved here again. All calved. All perfect in the dug unless otherwise announced. They're all perfect in the dug unless otherwise announced. There's this lady, second calfer. Second calf cow here, second calf cow 2. 1918 for 17 bidded, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Second calf cow gone out at 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. We're going to sell then on the market subject at 1850, 1850, 1850. Second calf are gone out at 1850, 1850, 1850. Sell all the while at 1850. All up, sell, 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 sell. 890, 1900, 1900, 1900. Still sell at 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. Subject sale all the while now 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. All out, sell, sell on the brand, on the line at 1900. Right, second calf cow here again. Second calf cow there again. There's a cracker. 23, 22, 2000 for into 18 bidded, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. Second calf cow. 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1952. But 2000. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2050, 250, 250, 250, 250. We're there for sale on the market at 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250. Sell over here to 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50. Upstairs, sell 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50. All out, sell, 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 sell. 21 and 50. Right, second calf cow here, second calf cow here again. There's a miller. 26, 25, 24, too bad. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2050 and 1 and 51, 50, 21, 50, 21, 50, 21, 52 and 50, 22, 50, 23, 23, 23, 50, 23, 50, 23, 54, 24, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50. Some go now. 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50. She's there for sale on the ground here. 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450. Sell on the ground at 2450, 2450, 2450. All out, sell, 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 sell. 24 and 50. Big, powerful second calf cow again here. Second calf cow again. Same price, 24, 23, 22, 2000, 2000. Yes, bid, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2. 2 bid, 2 bid, 2. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2050. 251, 21, 21, 21, 50, 2, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. Second calf cow, there's a belter. At 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. Big, powerful cow, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 50. 22, 50, 22, 53, 23, 23, 23, 50, 23, 54, 24, 24, and I sell down here, 24 and 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50, outside sell at 24, 50, all out sell, 24, 50. All right, second calf cow again. Second calf cow there again. That's a cracker here again. So price 24 again. 24, 3, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2 bid, 2. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2050, 2050, 100, 100, 150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150. Second calf cow 2150, 2150, 2, 22, 2250, 22, 53, 23, 23, 50, 23, 54, 24, 24, 50. On the market here 25, 25, 25, 25. 25, 25, outside saw at 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and they're selling all the while 50, 25, 50, 25, 56, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, all up, sell, 2600. Uh, 23. Second calf cow here, second calf cow but on 3 tits. A second calf cow but on 3 tits. Milking perfect grade milker but on 3 tits. Give me 2. 1918 for 1716, 1500 for great milker only on 3 tits. Give me 15 for 14, 13 bid at 13 on the 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 13 50, 14 and 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, great cow but on 3 tits at 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, 14 50, Frisian cow going out at 1450, 1450, 1450, 1450, 1450. She's there for sale on the market at 1450, 1450, 1450, 1500, 1500, 1500 in the center, 1500, 1500, 1500 over there now, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500. You're bid at 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, all out, sell, 1500. There's a great calf, second calf cow here again, second calf cow here again. Gave me 2. 1918 for 17 for 17, 16 bid at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 17, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Cracker of a second calf cow at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750 for the big white cow gone out at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. We're there for sale on the market at 1800, 1800. All subject says now at 1800, 1800, 1800. Cow gone out at 1800, 1800. Hammer up, sell away. 1800, all out, sell, 1800. Miss Lady, second calf cow again. Second calf cow here again. There's a great one. 25, 24, 2. 2 bid at 2 bid, 2 bid, 2. 2000, 2000, 2050. And 1, 21, 21, 50. And 2, 22, 22, 53, 23, 23, 50. 4, 24, 24, 24, 50. 24, 50 on the ground at 24, 50. 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50. 24, 50, 24, 50. Cracking cow. 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50. 24, 50, 24, 50, 24, 50. We're going to sell that at 24.50 here on the floor. 24.50. 24.50. Sell out at 24.50. 24.50. 24.50. All out. Sell. 24 and 50. We have second calf cow again. Second calf cow here again. 1918 for 1716. Here 1500, 15 bit. 1500, 1500, 1500. 1500, 1500, 1500. Second calf cow 1500, 1550. 1550, 16. 1600, 1600, 1650. 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Good second calf cow now 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Cow gone out at 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. We're there for sale on the market at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Cow gone out at 1800, 1850 and 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. 1900, sell out 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, hammer up, sell, 2000, 2000, 2000, all out, sell, and 50, 2050, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, finish this damn net, 2050, all out, sell, 21, 21, quick now lads, you want them, 21, 21, 21, finish then, sell at 2100. There's a belter of a second calf cow there again. 25, 24, 23, 2000 bid, a 2 bid, 2 bid, 2, 2000, 2050, and 1, and 50, and 2, and 50, and 3, 23, 23, 23, and 50, and 4, and 4, and 4, and 50, 450, 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450, a cracker of a cow, 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450, 2450. We're going to sell on the market at 450, 450, 450, 450, on the floor 2450, 2450, sell out 2450, 2450, 2450, all out, sell, 24 and 50. Yups. There's a smasher of a second calf cow here again. Smasher now out there, 24 again. 23, 22, 2000 again for. And 2 for, there's a cracker. And 2 with 19 bid at 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1952. 2 bid at 2 and 50, 2050, 2051, 21 and 50, 21, 52, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. On the market. 250, 253, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, upstairs at 23, 23, all out, sell, 2300. There's a belter of a second calf here again. Second calf here again. There's a belter again. 25, 4, 3. Too bad. 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. And 50 and 1. 21 and 50. 21, 50, 21, 52. 22 and 50. 22, 53. 23, 50. 23, 54. 24, 24, 24. Cracking second calf. 24, 24, 50. 24, 50. 24, 55. 25, 25, 50. 25, 50. 25, 50. 25, 50. 25, 50. She's there for sale. On the market, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26. Sell down here, 26, 26, 26, 26. All out, sell, 2600. Here's a second calf cow here again. Second calf cow here again. She's only calved 7 or 8 days there. Only calved 7 or 8 days there. Give me 2. 19, 18 for. In 18 for. 17, 16 for. Here 15 on the for. In 15 for. In 15, 15 bidded. 15 on the 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 50, 15, 50, 15, 50, 16, 16, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 17, 17, 17, 50, 17, 50, 17, 50, 18, 18 on the 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 90, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1950, 1950 is across at 1950, 1952, 2000 we saw, 2000, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, sell out, 2050, all out, sell, 2050. Right. Third calf cow here, third calf. And a cracker. She milled 33 litres. She milled 33 litres and 7.2 gallons. And she was high in the cell count there. She was high in the cell count, but she was freshly calved that time. She was high in the cell count, but she was freshly calved that time. Good cow, 19, 18, 17, 16 for. In 16 for, 15 on the for. In 15 on the bed at 15 on the 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 15 50, 15 50, 16 and 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, cracking young cow now. Cracking young cow at 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50, 16 50. We're going to sell on the market subject at 16 50, 16 50, 1650, 1650, 1650. Cow gone out at 1650, 1650, 1650. All it. Sell. 16 and 50. 35. Yeah. Where's she? Sorry, her cell count is what? Her cell count was 127. Only milk recorded last week now. Cell count 127. And milking 5.5 gallons. Give me 21, 2 for, 2, 19, 18 for, in 18 for, in 18 for, 17, cell count at 127, 17, 16 bidded, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 17, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 18, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. She's there for sale on the market at 1950, 1950. Way upstairs now, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. All out, sell, 1950. Yes. Yes. Cell count of only 56. 7.3 gallons in the milk recording last week. 7.3 gallons, and a cell count of only 56. There's a cracker. 24, 23, 2. 2,000 for and 2. 19 bidded. 1900, 1900, 1900. 1950. 1952. 2,000, 2,050. 1, 2150 on top of 2150. 2, 50, 252, 5300. 2300, 2350. 2354. 24, 24, 24, 24. 24, 24, 24. Series count going out now. 24, 24, 24. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24. She's there for sale at 24, 24. 24 on the floor to sell at 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, all out, sell, 2400. Now, she did over 1,800 gallons last year. $620 kilos solids. And she was only freshly calved today of the milk recording, so he'd no cell count for, but she should be low there. She was only calved today, the milk recording, they're only calved last week there. Should be low here, so milked 1,800 last year. Milked 1,800 gallons last year. There's a cracker. Give me 22, 21, 2,000 for, into for, she'll fill the tank for you, into for, 17 bidded, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, only calved a week, 1,700, 1,750, 1,750, 80, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 90, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1900, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. She's there for sale on the market. 1950, 2,000 on top of 2,050, 250, 250, 250, 251, 21, 21, 21, 21. Way up top, sell 50, 150, 150, 150, 150, 152, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. On top, sell 22, 22, 22. All up, sell, 2,200. 8.1 gallons and a cell count of only 40. 8.1 gallons last week in the milk recording and a cell count of only 40. Her cell count was 58. Sorry, her cell count was 58. Same difference. 58 in the cell count. Good young cow there again. 22, 21, 8.4 gallons. 21, 2 for 18 bedded, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850. Big strong cow going out to 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 90, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900. She's there for sale at 1,900. 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, and I sell here now, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, 1,900, all up, sell, 1,900. There's a great red and white cow. $9.6 gallons and a cell count of 59. 9.6 gallons. There's some cow. 23, 22, 2,000 into 18 bedded, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,800, 1,850, 1,850, 1,850, 19, 1,900, 1,900, 1,950, 1,950, 1,950, 1,950, 1,950, 9.5 gallons, and 1,950, 1,950, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 50's here before you now, 2,050's here before you, 2,051, 21 and 50, 21, 52, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22's with me at 22, 22 and 50, 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50. A red and white cow gone out at 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50, and I Sal here at 22, 50, 22, 50. On the line here, Sal at 22, 50, 22, 50, super red and white cow, 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50. All out, Sal, 22, 50. No sale for her there. He won't take it for her, not for that cow. Super cow, won't take that there. All right. $6.5 gallons and a cell count of 32. She's only on 3 tits, but she's a great milker here. Great milker, 6.2 gallons and a cell count of only 32. But on 3 tits here, on 3 tits. Give me 19, 18, 17, 16, 1500 for, in 15 for, great milker, but on 3 tits, in 15, 1400 for, in 14, 14 bedded, 1400, 1400, 1400, 1400, 1400, 1400, 1450, 1450, 1450, 1450, 1450, 15, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550. On the market, 16, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Up top, side, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. All out, sal, 16 and 50. She 2434. 34 is this one, 34. 6 gallons. 6 gallons and 36 of a cell count. 6 gallons and 36 of a cell count. Perfect in the dog here, perfect in the dog. Give me 19, 18, 17, 1600 for 15 bedded, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550. Very low cell count at 1500, 15, 16, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600. She's there for sale, 50, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17. On the market, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. All right, sell, 17 and 15. No sale there, no sale for that one there, no sale for that one. 42 is 2422. 4.6 gallons. Cell count is 33. Cell count of 33. Cell count of 33. Good young cow here again. Give me 19, 18, 17, 16. Very low cell count. 16 bedded, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Perfect in the dog there, 1650, 1650, 70, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. She's there for sale at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Cow gone out at 1800, 1800. We saw at 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. In the ring saw 1850, 1890, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. All out saw 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. Sell out at 1902, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. All up. 2000 line. 43 is 2376. She's only on 3 tits. She milk recorded over 9 gallons and her cell count is 24. Cell count only 24. She's actually milking in the fourth tit, but she's light on it, very light on the fourth tit, very light on the fourth tit, but she is milking on it. Well, she milked what you said, over 9 gallons, and a very low cell count of 24. Very light on one tit here, very light on one tit, but milking a sight here, 19, 18, 70, 16, 15 for 15, 14 minute, 14 on the 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 14 50 14 50 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450. 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 50, 1550, 1550, 16, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, making over 9 gallons with a cell count of only 24, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. She's there for sale at 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Cow gone out at 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Sell out at 1650, 1650. All up, sell. 16 and 15. No sale there. No sale there. Right. This is a heifer down a calf heifer here again. Calf heifer. 3154. Next one, there she is. She makes 17 litres here, 17 litres. And the cell count of 51. Cell count of 51, calf heifer. 2, 19, 18 for 17 for 16, 1500 for 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500. Calf heifer, 1500, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1550, 16, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Calf heifer gone out in 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. She's there for sale on the market at 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. Calf heifer gone out at 1700, 1700, 1700. All in. Sell, 1700. Line. There's a calf heifer here again. 2147. She milked 28.6 litres and a cell count of only 36. Cell count of only 36. 28 litres. 28 litres. There's a belter. 22, 21, 2,000 for a calf heifer, bid, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, serious calf heifer, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 29 odd litres, 2,050, 2,050, 2,050, 2,050, 2,050, 2,050, serious heifer at 2,050, 2,050, 21, 2,100, 2,100, 2,150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, and we gonna sell on the market at 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150. Hammer up, sell, 150. No sale for her there, no sale for her. Won't take that as a serious offer. Alright, what's she? 2145, 3145. 22 litres and 66 of a cell count. 22 litres and 66 of a cell count. Lovely calf heifer here again. Lovely calf heifer here again. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. 15 on the bit. 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550. 1550, 16, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650. Calf heifer 17, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. Calf heifer gone by 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. We're there for sale on the market at 1750, 1750. Calf never gone out at 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. All up 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Sell out now. 1850, 1850. All out. Sell 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. All out. Sell, 19, 2000, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050. Last chance. 2050. All out. Sell 2051, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21. Same chance. 21, 21, 21. Sell this time down at 21. All out. 50, 21, 50, 21, 50. Quick now. 21, 50. Finished and sell 150. No sell for her there. No sell for her. Won't take that. Calf Heifer here again. 24. 19 litres. 41 of a cell count. 19 litres with 41 of a cell count. Cracking Heifer. 2000 again for 1918 bid at 1800, 1800, 1800. Calf Heifer at 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19 and 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Serious Heifer now 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. We're going to sell on the market at 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Calf Heifer gone out to 2000. 2000, 2000, 2000. All out, sell. 2000. No sale there, no sale there, no sale. This lady is 3007. Well, 32 litres, 87 of a cell count, 32 litres. She's on 3 tits here, on 3 tits, but she milked, what do we say, 32 litres? 32 litres, yeah, 32 litres, even though she's only on 3 tits, milked 32 litres. And it's low cell count, 87. Second calf cow here, second calf cow, but on 3 tits. 1918 for serious milker, 17, 16 bid, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, some cow now at 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. We're going to sell on the market at 1850, 1850, watch the bidders with me now at 1850, 1850, 1850, 90. 19's upstairs at 90. 1900, 1900, we're still selling. At 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. All out, sell that at 1900. All up, sell, 1900. No sale there, no sale. Blue cow. 2874. That's not recorded here, not recorded. She's here, yeah, she's here. 40 litres here, 40 litres. The cell count of only 35. 40 litres and the cell count of only 35. And there's a cracker. 22, 21, 2000 for 18 bid at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Only a young cow, she's only a 4-year-old herself. She's only a 4-year-old at 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1950, 1952, 2050, 2051, 2150, 2152, 2250, 2250, 2253, 23, 23, 23, 23, underground at 23, 23, 23, cracking blue cow at 23, 23, 23, 23. 23, 23, 23, 23. She's there for sale here in the ground at 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. And I sell down here beside me now 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. Hammer up to sell at 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. All out, sell, 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 sell. 2300. No, no sale there, no sale there. What's she? 694, 2694. Should be here. 40 litres again. 40 litres, but with a high cell count. 40 litres, but with a high cell count. 18, 17, 16, 15, then 15 for 14 bid at 14 on the 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 40 litres, but with a high cell count at 40 and 14 on the 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 we're going to sell on the market 14 on the 14 on the 14 on the 14 on the 1400 14 on the 14 on the 14 on the 1400 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 1450 all out sell 14 and 50. This lady is what, 521, 41 litres, 34 of a cell count, 41 litres and 34 of a cell count. There's a good young cow again. 22, 21, 2000. Into for 18 bedded, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Great cow. 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 19 and 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. 50, 90, 50, 90, 50, 90, 50. She's there for sale in 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. In the ring to sell. 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. All out, sell. 1950. No sale there, no sale. Let's see, 2423. 33 litres. Cell count of 213. Cell count of 213. 18, 17, 16, 15, 15, 14, 14 on the 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 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, 14, 50, 15 and 50, 15, 50, 15, 50, 15, 50, 15, 50, 16, 1600, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 16, 50, 70, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. She's there for sale on the market at 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. Cow gone out to 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. All out, sell, 1700. Let's see, 2406. Yeah, she only calved on Monday here. She only calved on Monday, and she did over 2,000, just over 2,000 gallons last year there. And 727 kilos solids. Only calf since Monday there, only calf since Monday. Perfect in the dog, etc. Perfect in the dog. 2, 19, 18, 17 for 16, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1550, 1550, 1650, 1650, 1650. Only calf since Monday. 1650, 1650, 17, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. Big, powerful cow. 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700. 1700. We're going to sell then on the market at 1700. Down the line, sell at 1700. 1700. Down the line, sell at 1700. All out, sell. 1750. 1750. Sam Johnson, 1750, 1800. 1800. All out, sell. 1800. No sale there. Right, that's the end of that man's there. Right. Next 15 heifers there, property of Dan and Connor Hearn. The average yield for the herd is 25.2 litres. Butterfat 3.92, protein 3.27, lactose 4.98, and cell count 105. That's the average for the whole herd now. And all the heifers then are by Carrickshock Clive. A British Frisian bull here, so it's a British Frisian herd here. The bull has an EBI of 198. They're not milk recorded or anything like that. So buy them as you see them. All homebred heifers. The 3 moves coming up there because they were out for summer grazing. But they're all homebred heifers here. Right. And all calf, how long? All calf from the 14th of February to the end of March. All calf from the 14th of February to the end of March. All heifers, all first calvers. There's the first one. There's a little cracker there. Little cracker 2. 1918 for 15 bid. 1500. 1550. 1550. 16. 1750. 1700. 1750. 1800. 1850. 1900. 1950. 1950. Calf heifer 1950. 1950, 2000, 2000's online 50, 2050, 250. We're on the market, sell at 250, 21. Sell out at 21 with me now, 21. All out, sell, 2100. Sold. Same story. They're all perfect in the dog. They're all guaranteed perfect in the dog. All milking perfect. Same story too. 1918, 15 bid, 1500. 1550. 16, 1600, 1650. 17, 1750. 18, 1850. 1850. 1950. 1952. 2000 underground. 2000. Calf heifer at 2000. We're there for sale. 50, 2050, 21, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50, all out, sell. 22, and that's across 3, 23, sell it this time, 23, all out, sell, 2300. Calf heifer here again. Calf heifer here again. Perfect in the dog here again. British Frisian heifer. 2 again. 19, 18, 17, 16. Bedded 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. Calf heifer gone out. At 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. We're there for sales online at 1900, 1900, 1900. For the calf heifer gone out to 1900, 1900. Sell away on the wire. 1950 and 2000 bid at 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Sell at 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. All out. Sell, 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 sell at 2000. Calf heifer here again. That's a lovely heifer. 1918 for 15 bid at 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 16, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18 is here before you now. At 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. She's there for sale at 1900, 1900. Online sales now at 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. Hammer up 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Sell all the while at 2000, 2000. All out, sell, 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 2000. There's a good calf heifer. 2 again. 1918 for 1716 bid at 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 17, 17, 1750, 1750, 18, 1800, 1800, 50, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Lovely calf heifer at 1850, 1850, 90, 1900, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000 on the floor, 2000. She's there for sale at 2000. 2000, 2000, 2050, 250, 221, 21 is with me as well, 2150 is with me as well now, 2150, 2150 is online now, 2150, 2150, 2, 22, 22, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250, sell out with me at 2250, all out, sell, 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 22 and 50. Go back there, there's a bit under there, go back there now, sorry. There's a bit on the hammer there. 23, 23 for the one gone out now. 23, 23, 23 for the one gone out. 23, 25, 23, 25, 23, 25, 23, 25 still sell. 23, 25 for the one gone out. Quick, you want her now. 23, 25 sell down at 23, 25. $66 10. 1918, 16 bed at 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600 all calf, 1600 all perfect in the dough, 1650, 1650, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750 British Frisian effort, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18 and 50, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19 is here first now at 90. Watch the bid is online first at 1900, 1900 is online first now, 1950. 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, and I saw 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050, 100, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, sell out 22, 22, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250, 22 free, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23 is with me now, 23, 23, all out, sell, 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 2300. Good calf heifer here again. British Frisian heifer here again. 22, 21, 2000, 16 minutes, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. Good calf heifer now at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. She's there for sale at 1950, 1950, 1950, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250 in the ring, sal, 250, 250, 250, all out, sal, 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 121, 21, 2150, 2150, 2150, quick now, 2150, 2150, 2150, all up, sal, 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 21 and 50. Now, there's a good calf heifer here again. There's a proper one. 22, 21, 2000, 6, 17, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50. That's a cracker. 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 18, 50, 90, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950 on top. At 1950, 1950, 1952, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Serious heifer 50, 2050, 2051, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 50, 21, 50, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22. We're there for sale. 250, 250, 250, 300, 23, 50, 23, 50, 23, 50, 23, 50, 23, 50. Sell that. 23, 50, 23, 50. 400, 24, 24, 24 on the floor now, 24, 24, 24, and I still sell at 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, all up, sell, 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 2400. All right, 69, calf heifer here again, 2, 19, 18, 17, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500. All perfect in the dog here, all perfect. 1500, all on four tits. 1550, 1550, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. 18 is here before you now, is online at 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 90. 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. She's there for sale. 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1952, 2000, 2000, 2000, and 50, 2051, 21, 21, 21, 21, 50, 21, 52, 22, 22, 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50, 22, 50. Online sales, 22, 50. All out, sell, 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 22 and 50. There's a lovely heifer. 22 again. 2000. 17 minutes, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. Lovely calf, Everett, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 18, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19 and 50, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1952, 2000, 2050, 2050, 2050, 2050. She's there for sale at 2050, 2050's in the ring now, sold one, 21, 21, 21, 50. 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, all out, sell, 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 21 and 2, 22, 22, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250, 2250, hammer up the sell, all up, sell 3, 23, 23, 23, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, 2350, finish this time, 2350. right, 71 is a big powerful heifer here, a big powerful heifer. 22, 2000 again for 1918. 17-bit, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, big strong heifer. 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1800, 1850, 1850, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, big strong heifer. 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. She's there for sale on the market at 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. Heifer gone out 50, 1950, 1950, 2000's online, 2000's online, 50, 2050, 2050's out the wall, 2050, 2050, 100's in the ring, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, sell in the ring then at 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 in the ring to sell, 100 all out, sell, 2100. There's a good strong heifer here again. 2, 1918, 16-bit, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1600, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750. That's a cracker. 1750, 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900. Belter of a heifer now, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1952, 2000 bit of 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. She's there for sale at 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000. Belter of Africa now to 2000 we saw at 2000, 2000, 2050, 250, 250, 1, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 50, 21, 52, 22, 22, 22, 22, 50, 22, 53, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, selling now 23, 23, 23, all out, sell, 2300. Calf heifer here again. 2, 1918. 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500, 1550, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 1650, 70, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 1750, 80, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800, cracking heifer gone out to 1800, 1800, 1800, 1800. She's there for sale on the market at 1800, 1800, 1850, 1850, it's online first now at 1850 before you. 1850, 1850, 1850, 19, 1900, 1900, 1900's in the ring, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1952, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2000, 2050, 250, 250, 250, 250, sell out, 250, 250, 221, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2150, 2150, 2150, shakes his head, sell, 2150, all out, sell, 21 and 50. Uh, 74. There's a great heifer. Same price, 2150. 2150 bid, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150. She's there for sale at 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2150. Sell out now, 2150, 2150, 2150, 2152, 22, 2250, 2253, 23, 2350, 2350, 2350. All out, sell, 23 and 50. And the last one. 2 again. Into for 1918 for cracker of heifer. 1817, 17-bit, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1700, 1750, 1750, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850, 1850. Calf heifer 1850, 19, 1900, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. She's there for sale at 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. Sell out now, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950, 1950. All out, sell, 1950. That's them all, thank you very much. That's them all, thank you.